It's the warm up SiriusXM, our new music show. I'm Mina SayWhat. I'm so excited. I got this girl on the show today that I've been watching for a while. Bia Bia.
Yeah, coming off the
Yeah.
set in.
What's up, Bia?
What's T, sis?
Girl, you look cute. I already said this to you. Got the edges laid. Look, you had time today.
Thank you. Yes, I had some time. It's a quarantine. I got a lot of time.
Right. So, Bia, I've been watching you since Sisterhood of Hip Hop. So I know
Wow.
I knew you from back then. Like some people are now discovering you thanks to Rihanna, but I've really been watching your growth and your journey since that reality show. I'm a big fan of women rappers and I was just obsessed with the show. So you've really come a long way since then, girl. That was what, 2015?
Yeah, like 2015. Yeah, it's
So
crazy.
while you were doing that show, like what kind of mindset were you in when it comes to your career?
Um, I say like my mindset was always to like be the biggest that I could be and be the best artist I could be. But I feel like as the years went by, I've developed into a like more of a businesswoman. Whereas like now it's like I'm more running my own business now.
Yeah. So what kind of artist were you back then? Because you've definitely evolved and I've seen that evolution.
I would say like I was kind of like a little bit more of a tomboy back then. Like, kind of trying to like find that happy medium between like sexy and not too sexy. And also I feel like I've always been like super into like my femininity and just being a girly girl. But I felt like at that time I wanted people to take me serious and I didn't want to be over sexualized too soon. So I feel like that was another thing that kind of like made me be a little bit more like, come out one way and then kind of develop. But as you grow, you grow more into like being a woman. So I think that just kind of like came with time.
It's funny you say that because I think women rappers have more to think about than men rappers. That's actually something you have to think about. I mean, it's not even just as a rapper, but as a woman in the industry. Do I need to tone down my sexuality? Do I need to play it up? When do I tone it down? Will people take me serious if all they're looking at are my boobs? That's definitely something that you have to kind of find the balance to when you're, maneuvering through the industry.
For some
I went through the same thing myself.
for some people, I think that they don't care, for some, to each his own. Like some women don't really care and I admire that trait. But for me, it was more like I want to come in and I really need my respect. So it was like for me it was just a personal preference, like,
Right.
you know.
So you were signed at Pharrell with Pharrell on his label at the time. Can you describe like what that was like? Because he's amazing, but I saw from the show, there was some frustration there.
Yeah, the show is kind of like, not to say it's fake, but it's like reality shows. The whole point of them is to like find a storyline. Like they gotta feed a storyline. So there was some real, and the way that it was edited is probably not the realest. But one thing I've always taken great things from Pharrell, and shout out to Fam. Like he's the one that really brought me to Pharrell and really like changed my life. So it's like, I like to give a lot of the credit for that time to Fan, because it's like that's who found me. And Pharrell, like he sharpened my pen. Like Pharrell taught me how to be the artist that I am today. I'll say that because he's so well versed and diverse, and you don't just get one genre, you don't just get one thing from Pharrell. And that's what I learned from him the most. It was like a whole learning experience, like artist development for years.
So B, since leaving Pharrell's label, you were independent for a little bit and now you're actually signed. Can you talk about those transitions with us?
Yeah, of course. I think every artist, you go through different seasons and different parts of your career, and you gotta go through those things to learn. And like going independent was so important for me because everything had to be done by me and my friends. Like,
Right.
it was literally just me and my team. And when I went independent, I cultivated a team. And then that's what made a lot more labels look at me and be like, wow, you're doing it on your own. Like, we want to be a part of this more as a partner. So like, that was a learning experience that I think almost every artist should experience, at least if they have the opportunity to, like one time in their career, just so you can know how to do it on your own.
Right. Because with you, even when you were on the show, I'm like, yo, this girl can spit. She has the bars, it was never about the talent, but I felt like even from watching the show, you kind of had to develop as an artist. And now you really have momentum and you're taking it to the next level. Was that time like what helped you get there?
Time is what helped me get there. Also, not it humbled me. Being an artist humbled me, and I don't hear a lot of artists talk about that piece of it. Like, being so humble, because when you first get signed, or when you first hit that moment where everybody knows who you are for being an artist, it's like you're like, oh, I made it, and then it's like that's really not. It's just the beginning. Like, you didn't really make it yet. So yeah, it definitely was time, and finding myself. Like, I'm very true to myself. So
yes. So Best on Earth, we've been playing it. The second I heard it, I'm like, this song is fire. When you recorded it with Russ, you were still independent, correct?
yeah, I was just going, actually, I was just going independent. I hadn't gotten my release from RCA Records yet, but it was a long process to get my release. Like, I had basically been independent because I wasn't receiving any help from RCA or anything like that. I was doing everything on my own.
So what does it, they had you tied into a contract that they wouldn't let you
Yeah,
out of? Yeah.
and it took a while to get out of it. But thankfully for Pharrell, like, Pharrell's the one that got me out of that contract.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So, so you get this song with Russ. Do you think it's going to blow up the way that it's blown up?
I thought it was gonna be a big song because I know Russ is incredible, and a lot of his songs, they chart and peak and plaque. But I didn't know it was gonna be like that. Like, Rihanna really took it to another level.
Yes, girl. Yo, when I see Rihanna strutting and them thighs, I was like, ooh, this song's about to be out of here. So what impact did you see from Rihanna's cosign after that? Was it immediate or did it take some time?
Oh, immediately. Yeah, like,
The challenge?
That was what helped people accept me as an artist. I feel like that moment, because a lot of people knew who I was, but they didn't have that, like, okay, like, she kind of like was like, okay, y'all can listen to her, like, it was like, okay, like, yeah, I like this, like, so y'all could like this too. Like, that's what it did. Like, a lot of people, her influence, like, it helped a lot.
Did you write the hook too?
I wrote my part of the hook, yeah.
Yeah, girl, it's all fire. Listen, congratulations. This song is out here. We're going to play it now. It's Bia Russ, Best on Earth, okay? You got your hand up on his ass cheek. No, he got his hand up on your ass cheek and all of that, okay?
I said, girl, you got your hand up on his ass cheek.
It's the warm-up for new music show. Mina SayWhat. You're on the heat. So Best on Earth, the video, ass everywhere, boobies everywhere. When did you film this?
I filmed this Best on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, right after right after the video, right after the song started going crazy.
So what, like?
Probably like 2-3 weeks after the song came out, we filmed the video.
So like January, February?
Yeah, January, I believe. My dates is all messed up right now.
It was before social distancing, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got this massive song now, your first big song of your career, and then pandemic happens. Has that stopped you from moving around?
Yeah, it has, but it hasn't stopped me from communicating, like, with people. And I'm big on, like, social media, so I try to interact with, like, people and new fans as much as possible, and just try to, like, give them a little bit more of who I am.
You've actually never released an album, right?
Never.
I thought so. So it's been all like a mixtape, right?
Yeah.
So your debut album is coming, right?
You know what? I'm gonna drop a project before my debut album, but my debut album is definitely coming, like, this year, like, soon. Like,
So
I'm working on my debut album right now as we speak, but I'm dropping, like, I have a project that I'm ready to drop right now.
yeah, to kind of get people like excited and then come with the album.
Yeah, just to kind of like, just right now I'm focused on building the catalog. Like, I'm not really as focused on, dropping an album, hitting certain numbers, because I feel like consistency is like what it all boils down to. Like,
Right.
people never really see me be that consistent. So I'm just trying to give them that.
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Cover Girl, we've been playing it here on the show. The second I heard it, I'm like, yo, Bia snapped.
Thank
Snapped.
you.
It is all you. I like how you incorporated the Bia, the little John sample.
Yes.
Look, the beat is hard, the bars are crazy, like what inspired you to put out something like this? Because I feel like you're in rare form on this record.
Oh my gosh. It was like me and my homeboys in the studio. And I'm always around a lot of guys, I feel like. Like, I'm always the girl that's in the studio with all the guys.
Yeah.
And I'm really, like, I always talk that, like, they say, like, oh, you really talk that, like, you know what I'm saying? You really be talking that shit. So I try to do that. Like, I try to say things on records that make men be like, did you really just say that? Because it's like, yeah, because I wrote it, and I really want to, like, I want people to know, like, what's up? Like, like, we're not taking no shorts. Me and my homegirls, we're not taking no shorts.
Right. I love everything about it. When's the video coming?
The video's coming as soon as quarantine is over.
So you're not doing any home videos?
Oh, yeah. I have
like Kaylani shot hella home videos.
I have a quarantine video for Cover Girl. It's out. We have the Cover Girl quarantine video, and then I got a couple other videos I'm working on in quarantine. But for the visual that I have for the Cover Girl video, it's bigger than quarantine. Like, I can't shoot that in the house.
Right. Talk about the challenge, because I know you launched the challenge for it.
Yeah, the challenge, I just wanted to have different girls like come in and out like with their best quarantine fits. So like what you would wear if you was going outside, and it just turned into like a compilation of so many different girls and just feeling the song and giving their own version of that.
All right, let's get into it. Bia, you want to introduce your song, girl?
Yes, you already know it's your girl Bia, aka Cover Girl for certain, and this is my new song, Cover Girl. Let's get it.
So you've actually, like we've talked about, been preparing for this for a minute, right? So you've been on tour with Ariana Grande, you've been on tour with J Balvin, and then Pusha T. So like all those are very different artists, very different genres. How do you think touring with all these different kinds of people have helped you as an artist?
Oh, they each taught me something so different. Like each tour was so different from the last. Like the Pusha tour, it was straight lyricism and mainly like a lot of men. So it's hard to get, as a new female rapper, it's hard to get men to like you. So I really had to like, that taught me crowd control. That taught me how to like, you know, how to get people to really get tapped into my lyricism and what I'm saying on stage. Then the Ari show just taught me how to like, it was more kids, more like, you know, just a compilation of people, like kids, women, men, like, you know, just queens, and like every type of person you can imagine. So that show, and Ari really worked so hard. So she taught me a lot about like, it's like as big as you want to be, you got to work that way. So like if you want to be a superstar, you got to work like a superstar. Like everyone taught me something really, really different.
Yeah, that's amazing. So hopefully you're going on tour with Russ in September, right?
Yes. As soon as all this is over.
I talked to a lot of artists that you guys are finally starting to get like your moment, and then like the coronavirus comes.
I know. What is the chances of that? Like, that's really crazy.
That's life, yo. Life is gonna throw you stuff, and if you're really gonna make it, like you know, you rise to the occasion. You know, you take what life gives you, and you take these lemons and you make lemonade. So
Facts.
has it been hard to like really develop your show since you're in quarantine, or are you just like, whatever, I'll just wait?
Yeah, like I can do my rehearsals and stuff like that, like my solo rehearsals, but I can't get with dancers. I can't get with my DJ. Like it's been really hard because you can't really develop a show if you can't get with the production team.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, you're able to go on tour in September. So you're Puerto Rican, right? And Italian, I read?
Yes, yes.
Girl, so you're fluent. I think I heard you talk to your mom on the
I
show,
speak.
right?
No, actually, no. I'm not. But I speak a lot of Spanish. It's just like conversational. I wouldn't say like I'm like I can't do interviews in Spanish because I feel like I can't sound as smart as I want to sound in English. But
Yeah.
sorry, my dog.
I think I'm the same way, but it's funny. I'm like, I feel like she would be my perfect friend. Like, you speak Spanish, you eat Italian food. Like, yes, girl.
Yes, that's me. That's definitely me. Like sometimes I call, like when I call my homegirl, like one of my best friends, like we speak in Spanish. I'm like, hey, Nana, and we just get into these. It just gets
Right.
really good.
Well, I'm
Just
rooting
depends who
for
I'm
you,
talking to.
girl. I'm really rooting for you. Like you're sounding on point. I think you got the right backing now, and hopefully, you achieve everything that you want to achieve moving forward. Okay.
Thank you, Mina, for real. Appreciate you.
And we're definitely supporting you here, Dion, the program director, and myself, and Sean, and the whole team here. Okay.
Thank you guys so much. It's
No
all love.
problem. Thank you,
Hopefully,
babe.
when this is all over, like we could come and catch a real vibe.
Yeah, girl, come and perform if if Dion approves it, and show him them bars live, man, because you spitting it, you bringing it, girl.
Yes, I write my own shit, Dion.
It's the warm up, our new music show. I'm Mina SayWhat. Thank you, Via, and thanks for listening. It's the Heat.
See y'all. Be safe.